Recently, the newly launched results of academic IELTS tests arouses our interest. Among the 48 Asian countries, Malaysia is in the fourth place, while China only ranks number 18. Especially the speaking aspect, where China is 1.5 below the world's average. So we wonder, what's the main reasons that contribute to the high levels among Malaysians and the low scores of mainland Chinese? We conducted a questionnaire survey targeted at 28 Malaysian students and 69 Chinese students, accompanied by some personal interviews. And based on that, we summarized three main reasons differs in two aspects. Firstly, for school education, our statistics have shown that the average time of high school English class per week is 4.72 hours in Malaysia and 6.65 in mainland China, and the average time of doing English homework per week is 1.75 hours in Malaysia and 3.97 hours in mainland China. But how come the educational input and output are completely out of proportion? Let's see their description.
I think there's kind of a difference between Hong Kong and other countries in Asians. Our teacher teach English in Chinese because some of the grammar terms we do not know in English, so they can use like 宾语从句 or the like 条件状语从句, something like that. And it's so confused when I'm learning that kind of words.
First, our teacher language is Chinese, even though we are teaching English, and every like explanation and theory are all in Chinese.
For me, my teacher, because she's an Indian teacher, so basically our main method of speaking is through English because she can't speak Chinese, we can't speak Tamil, so the only choice is through English.
For me, I need to speak English during my English lesson because my teacher is strict enough to make sure that we speak English in her lesson. And yeah, that's a very obvious.
Yeah, in my English class, my English teacher also speak English. Although she is a Chinese, but she encouraged us to speak English during her class, and also after class communicate with her in English.
So one main reason is teaching language. Although with less class time, the information density that Malaysian students have received is much larger than that of Chinese students.
In a text, the listening, reading, and writing in one set of the paper, and 25% is about the listening, and 15% about the writing, and other is about the multiple choice for the reading text, something like this. And we do not have the oral exam, but we have the listening exam.
I took SPM 1119 back in my high school, and it was like equivalent to GCE O level. It did have exams on spelling, grammar, the stuff, but not including listening.
Yeah, also we will take the UEC exam in senior 3, so they focus on reading, writing, and speaking, but not focusing on listening.
Another difference is examination. Although Malaysia doesn't have listening exam, but that's because their speaking test already requires basic listening ability, while a lack of speaking test directly gives rise to the bad oral competence of Chinese students. For practical application, our statistics have shown that in Malaysia, students have much more chances to speak English in daily life. and the frequency of code mixing and code switching is much higher than those in mainland China.
Generally, in mainland China, we rarely use English to communicate with others. We may only use some basic expressions like hello, hi, bye, sorry, and so on.
And my neighbor is Indian too, so we use English to communicate with each other.
Yeah, sure. Like I have to speak English with my teacher, like just now, like I mentioned. And besides, there's depending on who I'm talking to, like with people from other races, I have to use English as well because yeah, that's the common language that we both use.
In my school, there's a rule that every Wednesday in my school is English Day. So in that day, we are asked to speak English in everywhere, every corner in the school, and there's some performance and shows in the stage in my school in English language. So I think it's quite useful.
Seen from these aspects, we can say that English in Malaysia is indeed quality-oriented, while in mainland China, it's mainly exam-oriented, which is seldom put into practical use.
Through our investigation, we hope we can fully realize our differences and reflect on our own weaknesses.
For Malaysians, we hope that we can make persistent efforts and also hold on to our favorable positions in the international ranking list.
For Chinese, we hope we can put more emphasis on the actual application of English and try hard to catch up.